Childhood of the legendary film
politician N.T. Ramarao. Nandamari Turkar Ramarao, popularly known as NTR, born on the 28th of May 1923, was an Indian actor, producer, director, film editor, and politician who served as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh for 7 years over 3 terms. Ramarao was born in Namakuru, a small village in Gudivada taluk of Krishna district, which was a part of the erstwhile Madras Presidency of British India. NTR was born to a farming couple, Nandamari Lakshmaya Chaudhary and Nandamari Venkatramamma, but was given in adoption to his paternal uncle because his uncle and aunt were childless. NTR attended primary school at first in his village, and later in Vijayawada. After his matriculation in the year 1940, he studied at SRR and CVR College in Vijayawada and at the Andhra Christian College in Guntur. In the year 1947, he joined the Madras Service Commission as a sub-registrar at Pratipadu of Guntur district, a much-coveted job that he nevertheless quit within 3 weeks to devote himself to acting. In actual thing is that period bribery culture is very high in society. But he doesn't like it. Quite against it. He was unable to adjust to that type of persons who are working in the office. So he quit the job after 3 weeks from the joining. Then NTR started his film career. NTR developed a baritone singing voice as a young man. Awards apprised to Nandamari Turkar Ramarao. In the year 1968, NTR apprised Padma Shri Award from the Government of India. It is the highest appreciation in the Indian government. In the year 1978, NTR apprised honorary doctorate from Andhra University. In the year 1954, NTR received 3 National Film Awards for co-producing Thodu Dongalu. In the year of 1960, NTR Sitarama Kalyanam under National Art Theatre, Madras, and for directing the Varakatnam dowry system in the year of 1970. NTR has received the erstwhile Rashtrapati Awards, means Presidential Awards, for his performances in the film Raju Pedda, means King and Poor, in the year 1954, and the Lavakusa, an Indian traditional film, in the year of 1963. NTR garnered the Nandi Award for Best Actor for Kudalu Dinakapuram, means daughter-in-law set a family, in the year of 1970. And the inaugural Filmfare Award for Best Actor, Telugu, in the year of 1972 for Buddy Panthulu, means school teacher. Indian people remembered him in film service as greatest Indian actor, in a famous poll survey conducted in celebration of 100 years of Indian cinema. NTR was adjudged as the greatest Indian actor with an astonishing 53% of the total votes polled. This proud moment once again reminded that the saffron Cesar of Andhra Pradesh has occupied a permanent place in the hearts of Telugu people. These celebrations held on 2013 September 21st, means nearly 10 years after he passed. Film career life. Nandamari Turkar Ramarao. NTR started his film career with a walk-on role as a policeman in Mana Desham, means My Country, in the year 1949. He has acted in over 400 films in Telugu, Tamil and Hindi combined. Following this, he appeared in Pallaturi Pilla, means A Village Girl, directed by B. A. Subba Rao. During his 44-year film career, NTR has acted in May 13 historical, 55 folks, 186 social, and 44 mythological films. His first mythological film was in 1957. Where he portrayed as Lord Krishna in the blockbuster film Maya Bazaar, means Magic Center. NTR played Lord Krishna in 17 films, including some landmark films such as Shri Krishna Arjuna Yuddham, means The War of Shri Krishna, in the year 1962, the Tamil film Karnan in the year 1964, and Dana Veera Sura Karna in the year 1977. NTR was also known for his portrayal of Lord Rama, essaying that role in films such as Lavakushar in the year 1963 and Shri Ramanjanaya Yuddham in the year 1974, to name a few. NTR has also portrayed the other characters from the Ramayana, such as Ravana in Bhukalash in the year 1958 and Sitarama Kalyanam in the year 1961, among others. NTR portrayed Lord Vishnu in films such as Sri Venkateswara Mahatya Means the Greatness of Lord Venkateswara in the year 1960, among others, in Lord Shiva and Yakshagini in the year 1962. NTR has also enacted the roles of Mahabharata characters such as Bhishma, Arjuna, Karna, and Duryodhana. NTR made his debut as an actor in a Telugu social film Mana Desham, directed by L.V. Prasad in 1949. Film career is the most successful career in his life as an actor and producer. He gained popularity in the 1950s when he became well known for his portrayals of Hindu deities, especially Krishna and Rama, roles which have made him a messiah of the masses. For decades, N.T. Rama Rao ruled the Indian Tollywood film industry as a great actor and producer. NTR is widely regarded as one of the greatest actors of Indian cinema and one of the two legends of the Telugu cinema industry. Later in his career, he stopped playing a prince in his commercial films and began to play roles of a poor yet heroic young man fighting against the existing system. These films appealed to the sentiments of the common man. Some of these films are Devudu Chesina Manushulu in the year Means God Made Humans in the year 1973. Adavi Ramudu Means Ramudu in Forest in the year 1977, Driver Ramudu in the year 1979, Vettagadu in the year 1979, Sardar Paparayudu in the year 1980, Kodaviti Simham in the year 1981. Justice Chaudhary in the year 1982 and Bobili Puli in the year 1982. NTR also portrayed fantasy roles, his notable film in that genre being Amagola in the year 1977. His film Lavakusa, in which he starred as Rama, collected 10 million rupees in the year 1963. It is the height collecting in the 1960s. NTR directed and acted in the hagiographical film Srimad Viratbida Brahmendra Swami Charitra in the year 1984. He also acted in films such as Brahmasri Vishwamitra in the year 1991 and Major Chandrakant in the year 1993. His last film was Shrinatha Kavi Sarvabhamadu, a biopic on the Telugu poet Shrinatha, which released in the year 1993. In the latter half of his career, NTR became a screenwriter. Despite having no formal training in scriptwriting, he authored several screenplays for his own movies as well as for other producers. NTR also produced many of his films as well as other actors' films through his film production house National Art Theatre Private Limited, Madras, and later Ramakrishna Studios, Hyderabad. NTR actively campaigned for the construction of a large number of cinemas through this production house. NTR co-produced film Ummadi Kutumbam Means Joint Family, nominated by the Film Federation of India as one of its entries to the 1968 Moscow Film Festival. He was influential in designing and implementing a financial system that funded the production and distribution of movies. He was so dedicated to his profession that he would often learn new things in order to portray a particular character on screen perfectly and realistically. At the age of 40, he learned classical dance from the renowned Kuchipudi dancer Vempati Chinna Satyam for his role in the film Nartanashala in the year 1963. The political career of Nandamari Turke Rama Rao. After his career in films, NTR entered politics. As a politician and Chief Minister of State of Andhra Pradesh, N.T. Rama Rao is a well-known person to Indian society. In the year 1982, Congress Party was ruling in India and the state of Andhra Pradesh. NTR strongly believed Andhra Pradesh state and its population losing their opportunities because of the National Congress Party and its corruptive politics. That's why he founded the Telugu Desam Party known as TDP in 1982 and served between three tumultuous situations as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh between 1983 and 1995. In the elections, the TDP allied with the Sanjay Vicharamanch Party and decided to field educated candidates who had a good name in the society and were not indulging in corruption, which was an innovative political concept at the time. NTR himself decided to contest from two assembly constituencies, Gudivada and Tirupati. NTR used many innovative ways of campaigning, such as being the first politician in India to use Rath Yatras for campaigning. However, it was MGR who had started the open-top van campaigning for elections, as it was felt that he can address the road shows as an alternative to the mammoth meetings. For this, he used a modified Chevrolet van which was given the name of Chaitanya Ratham, means the vehicle to awaken. In this, NTR travelled across the state of Andhra Pradesh, crisscrossing all the districts, with his son Nandamari Harikrishna, also a film actor, driving the van. NTR notched up over 75,000 kilometers during his campaign. A distinctive sight with the van's yellow party flags and banners and NTR sitting on top of the vehicle hailing the crowds. NTR campaigned for restoring the dignity of the Telugu people and advocated forming a closer bond between the government and the common people, going into the elections with the slogan, Telugu Vari Atma Gauravam, means lit. Telugu people self-respect. He was known as an advocate of Andhra Pradesh's distinct cultural identity, distinguishing Andhra Pradesh, known as AP, from the erstwhile Madras state with which it was often associated. At national level, he was instrumental in the formation of the National Front, a coalition of non-Congress parties that governed India from 1989 until 1990. NTR held campaigns 8 to 11 months approximately to get the first victory. His popularity by the film industry and also to his campaigns on road rallies given him results as in extreme majority results. In the elections, the TDP won by an absolute majority, winning 202 out of the 294 seats in the State Assembly, with NTR himself winning both the seats he contested. Their alliance with the Sanjay Vicharamanch fetched 202 seats. NTR was sworn in as the 10th and the first non-Congress Chief Minister of the state on the 9th of January 1983 with 10 cabinet ministers and 5 ministers of state. Lost his power in 1984. On the 15th of August 1984, without NTR's permission, contact or willing, removed him from office by the then Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Thakur Ramlal, while NTR was in the US to undergo open heart surgery. His finance minister, Nadindla Bhaskar Rao, a former congressman who was the chief architect of the TDP during its inception, was made the chief minister by the Governor Thakur Ramlal. Bhaskar Rao purportedly got the support of the majority of the TDP MLAs, which was never the case. But he gets return of his power by the regeneration of strength. 1984, NTR returned to India immediately after his surgery, disputed the claims by Bhaskar Rao, and demonstrated his strength by bringing all the MLAs supporting him, which was a majority in the 294-member assembly, to the Raj Bhavan. Raj Bhavan means governor's office. Ramlal did not relent, as a result of which NTR relaunched his Chaitanya Ratham campaign, this time campaigning for the restoration of democracy by mobilizing the support of people and various anti-Congress political parties in the country, including the Janata Party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Left Front, the Dravidya Munnetra Kazhagam, and the National Conference. During the one-month crisis, the MLA supporting NTR was secured in a secret place to avoid horse trading. Due to mobilization of several political parties and the people and due to press, Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi unwillingly removed Governor Ramlal and appointed a Congress veteran, Shankar Dayal Sharma, as the Governor of Andhra Pradesh to pave the way for restoring NTR. Campaigning in Tamil Nadu for MGR in the year 1984. In 1984, when the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and fellow actor M.G. Ramchandran, MGR, was unable to campaign in the state elections due to his being hospitalized in the USA. NTR, who was a close friend of MGR, and R.M.V. Rippon, who was handling the party affairs, campaigned for the All India Anna Dravidya Munnetra Kazhagam AIADMK, despite the fact that party was an ally of the Congress at the time. As the leader of the National Front, He campaigned extensively for the constituent parties when they faced elections, again using his Chaitanya Ratham campaigning concept. General elections in the year 1984. A month later, Indira Gandhi was assassinated and was succeeded as Prime Minister by her son, Rajiv Gandhi. In the ensuing national elections to the Lok Sabha, the Congress, riding on the sympathy wave caused by Gandhi's assassination, won convincingly all over the country except in Andhra Pradesh. TDP became the first regional party to serve as the main opposition party in the Lok Sabha. Later 5 years TDP is the leader of opposition. 1989. In the December 1989 Assembly elections, however, he was voted out of power due to a wave of anti-incumbency sweeping the state, as a result of which the Congress returned to power. NTR himself lost from Kalvkoti by a narrow margin to the Congress but retained the Hindupur Assembly seat. During this time, he suffered a mild stroke, as a result of which he was unable to campaign, which, according to some political analysts and TDP supporters, was the reason for the TDP's loss. Entry in national politics in the year 1989. During 1989, he established himself in national politics, forming a coalition of non-Congress parties opposed to the Congress known as the National Front. It included parties besides the TDP, such as the Janata Dal, the DMK, the Assam Gana Parishad (AGP), and the Indian Congress Socialist. This alliance governed India between 1989 and 1990 with support from the Left Front and the BJP. Meanwhile, NTR assumed the position as the leader of opposition in the state. His National Front government at the centre, led by VP Singh, was at the forefront of social justice by implementing the provisions in the Mandal Commission for providing a 27% reservation for other backward classes (OBCs). Third term as Chief Minister. In the year 1994, NTR returned to power for a third and final time in the December 1994 State Assembly elections with his party in alliance with the Left Front. This alliance won 269 seats in the 294-seat assembly, with the TDP alone winning 226. The Congress, which once again had multiple chief ministers in the state during its 5-year rule between 1989 and 1994, won only 26 seats. NTR contested again from Hindupur and won the seat for the third consecutive time, achieving a rare hat-trick of wins from the same assembly constituency. He also won from another assembly constituency, Tekali. NTR served as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh for 3 terms of 7 years and was the longest-serving Chief Minister till then. What he achieved as a Chief Minister in his 7 years period. After getting elected in 1983, his first legislation was the passing of Andhra Pradesh UPA Lokpal Civil Society Ombudsman Bill inspired by Scandinavian laws. The AP Lokayukt Act 11 of 1983 came into force with effect on 1 November 1983. The law allows any citizen to start an investigation of any person in power, including the Chief Minister himself, with the help of judiciary, lawyers, community leaders, and independent investigators. MTR introduced 2 rupees per kilogram rice for agricultural and laborers with less than 500 rupees, which is equal to $7 United States dollars income per month or 40 cents per day. It is more than 70% of the subsidized rate helped to grow their financial stability in later days. It is the first most influenced bill for poor people who living below the poverty line in the AP Act. Later, some states later, the Government of India implemented the same or with some more benefits, successfully modifying the Hindu Succession Act to give equal default property inheritance rights for women. It is the first most influenced bill for ladies in the Indian Act. Later, some states later, the Government of India implemented the same or with some more benefits. Divestment of non-performing state industry to the private sector. That helps lead to encourage industrialization in the state. Strong states with a stronger center economic model initiated by NTR, approved by the country. passed prohibition legislation and dissolved government manufacture of cheap alcohol aimed at the mass market segment. It is a daring decision by him owned women's hearts. Paychecks of Category 3 or lower employees can be cashed only with a spousal signature, thus creating an explicit legal right for women in their spouse's earnings to avoid gambling and drinking away the check before the wife sees any money. That helps to improve financial stability in liquor-drunken employees' families. Completed the computerization of TDP's organization structure and building an organizational structure village by village to form a stable second party. He built a stable coalition of non-Congress parties at the state to give a clear two-party choice for the Telugu voter. He was obsessed with the competitiveness of the Telugu population in the world. He created a broad direction and implemented it under the able leadership of an educated Gully Modu Krishna Naidu. His direction was driven by considerations of a future B, fairness, C, economic competitiveness. In the future, he saw education as the vehicle for social transformation, especially for socially disadvantaged and women. On fairness, expanding access to the best educational opportunities to the most deserving was seen as a vehicle for improving the efficiency of the entire society. On competitiveness, he observed that the Telugu economy will one day be big and be mostly about serving Telugu population needs in this economy. A local advantage to local people will only happen if education was primarily in Telugu. He also observed that wealth would need trade and uniquely Telugu products sold outside will be the most valuable trade, hence preserving unique Telugu cultural advantages need to be enhanced with education. He also observed that trading with the world will be important and learning other languages would have to be an essential part of primary education, especially English and Hindi. He pushed back on the argument that the rich in Telugu lands are doing it right by sending their kids to private English medium schools by saying, "This behavior is a symptom of our desperation and past failures, not a path for future success." He proposed a 3-point formula for addressing this issue. I make all local government jobs, educational institution entrances and business to be in Telugu and Urdu so local kids have an inherent advantage and local private schools will have to teach Telugu. E. Invest and revamp Telugu Academy to continuously translate all the latest knowledge from around the world into Telugu. E. Improve government schools and introduce English and Hindi as additional compulsory subjects like the other non-English speaking European countries. He subscribed to the modern European educational concept that learning in mother tongue is always easier than in a language used solely at school. The only future in which being solely educated in a foreign language will be helpful is a future where Telugu people cannot create an economy that provides for Telugu needs. Overhaul the entire state's education syllabus for schools. He instituted statewide entrance examinations for all disciplines of higher education vis-a-vis engineering and medicine to name a few, called EMCET Engineering and Medical Common Entrance Test. Students based on the merit of their ranks obtained in these tests could join any state college of their choice. He banned capitation fee-based admissions in higher education. NTR banned government school teachers from running private tuition institutions on the outside. State government teachers union called for a strike and threatened to ruin an entire academic year for the students. NTR used NGO non-gazetted officers corps to conduct exams on time across the state and did not budget on his ban. Andhra Pradesh Residential Education Institutions Society, founded in 1972 with 2 institutes, was revamped under NTR's government in 1988 with the passing of GOMS number 363. Education SSEI Department. The institutions were founded to provide exemplary rural and socially disadvantaged youth with good primary education. NTR reforms to this institution expanded the number of facilities to 220, made them directly administered by the Minister of Education, with a 22-member board to guide the institution. The institution, especially APRJC Andhra Pradesh residential junior colleges, flourished and ended up sending 5 times more students to elite institutions such as IITs and BITS, making Andhra the only state that produces so many elite experts with rural and disadvantaged backgrounds. NTR created a new commando force for the state and was very successful in combating Naxalism both ideologically and militarily. Commune writing in Hyderabad had been put to rest for good during his term. NTR put an end to annual commune writing in Hyderabad during Ganesh Nimajan. Ganesh Nimaya is a Hindu foremost festival called done across India. He recruited worldwide medical talent and improved the higher-end medical capabilities of the capital city and founded a medical university in Vijayawada. He reformed the administration of Tirupati and converted it into a modern tourist attraction. Computerized registration and transparent board to run the financial system. Tirupati is a city having the second largest temple in the world. Temple's name is Lord Venkateswara or Lord Balaji Temple. He did away with the feudal Munusabu Karanam system to empower elected leaders of the local government. He introduced entrance exams for Vedic subjects and opened up priest positions in temples to non-Brahmins. He built the largest bus station in Asia at the time in Hyderabad, the Mahatma Gandhi bus station MGBS, and commissioned the largest Buddha statue in the world at the time in Hyderabad to highlight the Buddhist heritage and history of Andhra Pradesh. He adorned the Tank Bandaroj in Hyderabad with the statues of great Telugu personalities, creating a sense of heritage and pride among Telugu people. It was part of his plan to make Hyderabad a destination for private corporate headquarters. Dredging and cleaning Hussain Sagar was the first step. Surrounding this beautified lake with public recreational spaces was the second step. Surrounding the public spaces with world-class roads was the next step, and finally providing for high-rise urban offices, restaurants and cultural organizations was the plan. He accomplished it without much support from his government. He guaranteed 1 light bulb per household to give educational opportunities to the lowest economic class of rural Andhra Pradesh. He reformed the water distribution system from major reservoirs in the state by giving farmer organizations, farmers' societies, a say in the planning. He started a low-income housing project and built 500,000 houses in 5 years to replace thatched houses. The program continued for 9 more years under his successor and added another 1 million homes. The program continues to this day under the incumbent government. NTR introduced a midday meal program for primary school children from families earning less than 500 rupees per month. That helped more to increase the literacy levels in the state. NTR initiated the largest investment into irrigation systems in Andhra Pradesh since independence with the Telugu Ganga project designed to turn Rayalaseema fertile and green and provide drinking water to Chennai. The Indian spiritual guru Sri Satya Sai Baba supported and provided assistance to this project. While the state resources of the time did not support a large-scale irrigation revolution, NTR personally met with and invited the legendary Mr. Kannuri Lakshmana Rao to revive a comprehensive thought process that went into national water management. While Mr. Kannuri Lakshmana Rao was a very ill octogenarian at the time, still created the blueprint for the irrigation revolution that followed in the Telugu land. The key points of the comprehensive thought around irrigation were: southern rain-fed rivers need to be linked with northern glacier-fed rivers. This point was the core of NTR's contribution to irrigation. He unified the southern states around this idea and got Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee to declare Indian rivers interlink his legacy project. The core of the ideas relevant to the Telugu people here are: 2 medium-scale projects be built to link western tributaries of Ganga to Godavari and Godavari to Krishna in Maharashtra. These would allow the transfer of about 1500 TMC of water per year from the glacier-fed river to peninsular rivers north of the Telugu states so that Maharashtra and Karnataka can leave the natural flows of Krishna and Godavari to Telugu lands. linking eastern tributaries of Ganga, Brahmaputra to Mahanadi and Mahanadi to the Godavari to transfer 700 TMC of water in the east from glacier-fed rivers to peninsular rivers. B. This transfer of water will allow ancillary small projects, no major burden to Telugu exchequer, of linking the Godavari to Krishna to Penna and Penna to Kaveri along the eastern border all the way to Tamil Nadu. As pre-existing coastal deltas get stabilized. Additionally, linking of Godavari to Krishna at Dimagudam will allow arid Telugu lands to get reliably irrigated. This will put an end to all water sharing issues between all states. With the natural flow of Godavari unimpeded, no reverse pumping projects will be needed in northern Telangana, with the eastern Godavari, Krishna, Penna and Kaveri delta stabilized via the coastal linking of Godavari and Mahanadi. Rayalaseema in southwest Telangana will be well irrigated by natural flows of Krishna with small-scale irrigation projects. Eastern and central Telangana will benefit from the Dimagudam project. The politics of water sharing will be replaced with the productive work of water planning. NTR reduced the retirement age for government employees to 55 from 58. He used the National Security Act (NSA) to successful crackdown on the general strike called by government employee unions demanding bringing state government employees to central government employee pay levels. He furloughed the entire workforce of Housing Construction Corporation, a state government organization, will fully pay till retirement, claiming they did absolutely no work and that closing that organization would save money even if the state gave the employees free salaries. He claimed the secretariat employees got in the way of doing people's business and moved his office to a private ashram outside the city. He successfully audited and brought the actual implementation of local body reservations program for women, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes compliant with the law. Even though the law was passed 15 years before he came to the office, it was never fully implemented. NTR successfully repealed the Andhra State Road Transport Act that nationalized private bus services, saying he wanted to encourage small businesses, allowing for private buses to compete with government road transport. He changed the mandate of government transportation to provide road service for underserved markets, villages. Every village got road service during his tenure. He was, however, unable to deliver on his promise to relax the 1976 Urban Land Ceiling Act and 1975 Agricultural Land Ceiling Act. He argued that the Land Ceiling Act interfered with small local entrepreneurs but was providing case-by-case exemptions to the politically connected and multinational corporations. NTR founded a national political coalition of non-Congress parties called the National Front in 1989 and was elected its founding president. The National Front came to power at the center the same year. His brainchild of a highly federal party formed by a coalition of all the locally popular secular regional parties was successful and signaled the end of single-party domination at the center. NTR offered subsidized electricity to peasants, farmers earning less than Rs 12,000 per year at 50 rupees per year for all the power used by a single pump set. Still, these subsidies continuing with free of cost. Introduced subsidized clothing scheme for women with household incomes less than 500 rupees per month and procured the needed clothing from EPCO, Andhra Pradesh Cooperative Society for Traditional Weavers. NTR founded the Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalayam in Tirupati with the charter of expanding primary education for women in the state. NTR initiated the construction and upgradation of airports in Tirupati, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, and Warangal. He initiated the investment study for 3 ports in Nellore, Machilipatnam, and Kakinada. He funded the construction of a rural road network. The total miles of road laid 22,000 miles is more than half of all the state roads in existence till date. NTR's upgradation of the road network and air connectivity to Tirupati and his key role in the National Front government helped him push the funding of Radar Research Center in Tirupati with the mandate to provide outer atmospheric forecasting to significantly accelerate the weather forecasting capabilities of Andhra. Its three objectives were supporting Sriharikota into accelerating the launching of education satellites for rural education, enhancing water resource planning capability to reduce wastage of river water while providing reliable agricultural water supply, and enhancing rural primary education with long-distance learning programs using educated and televisions as primary schools across rural Andhra. NFL, National Fertilizer Corporation of India, and GFCL, Godavari Fertilizer Corporation of India, were initiated and very rapidly went online during his first and second terms of NTR respectively. V.K. Raju made repeated references to NTR's support in creating a non-bureaucratic environment for the development of the NFL. Andhra's use of fertilizer went from being 71% of Indian national average per hectare to 191% of Indian average, which was also growing during Mr. Rao's term. This tripling of technology use in the state's agriculture resulted in over 30% of agricultural productivity gains during his 3 terms. Such agricultural productivity gains were never observed since independence except during the period when Nagarjuna Sagar was commissioned. NTR earned a seat for the poor in Andhra Pradesh at the centre via well-thought-out political decisions. NTR extended unqualified support, cleared an MP seat, and did not field a TDP candidate to Congress leader P.V. Narasimha Rao, resulting in the latter winning from the state for the first time in his long career with the record majority. While the Congress wanted Rao to be a powerless unelected Rajya Sabha member, yes man of the Nehru-Gandhi family, NTR actively made sure Rao had independent power. This earned Telugu people some influence even when Congress was in power at the centre. NTR formed an alliance with MPs from Tamil Nadu, claiming that his Telugu Gunk project will give Chennai water, making the Telugu Gunk project an interstate centrally funded project. His personal rapport with Venkaiah Naidu of the BJP also helped his influence at the central level. Hence, irrespective of who was in power at the centre, NTR and TDP were very influential in making sure the poor in Andhra Pradesh had representation during his tenure. He was known for distinguishing Andhra Pradesh from its parent, the erstwhile Madras state, and gave it a distinct identity. Under his tenure, he shifted the Telugu film industry from Chennai to Hyderabad, giving it a distinct identity from Tamil cinema and benefiting Telugu film producers and distributors and theatre owners in Andhra Pradesh. NTR followed in the footsteps of Kasu Brahmananda Reddy, who passed Go 36 and resigned voluntarily to make way for P.V. Narasimha Rao, a Telanganite, and passed GO 610, requiring an audit on implementation of local reservations for Telanganites in December 1985 to be fully implemented by March 1986. He further fought a case against GO 610 in the High Court and won the right for the Chief Minister to implement G.0 610. He followed up the court ruling with GO 674 requiring repatriation of non-local government employees to conform to GO 610. His support for P.V. Narasimha Rao as Prime Minister by helping him win outside Telangana as an MP was very instrumental in furthering his United Andhra stand. NTR abolished the Patel Patwari system, which was based on inheritance that dominated Telangana. NTR initiated large-scale decentralization of governance and accountability with his Mandal Praja Parishads MPP. The Mandal Praja Parishad as a democratically elected body at Mandal level was introduced by NTR. NTR recoined a Mughal-era term Tehsil or revenue district into Mandal Tehsils, which were run by bureaucrats with the sole responsibility of tax collection. Till that point were now bringing political empowerment to groups who had difficulty aspiring to hold state level political office, MLA, MP, ZPTC chairman etc. The extensive 50% reservations for SC, ST, BCs and MPPs, and the fact that MPP presidents were directly elected by people living in the Mandal made local gov responsive to local needs. His commitments. NTR is the man fight against corruption and wastage of government funds. But he dares to stop major government's income sources like liquor to satisfy women's society. Security and Admin Department requested several times to change his old ambassador card during his 7 years period, even after requested several times. Simply said no need. But shut distilleries to save people from liquor habit and make women of the state happy. With these two things we could understand what he is. About the Telugu people featured, he had a perfect vision and commitment. Telugu people imagine the figure of the Lord in him. That's why still many of the old generation people praise the Lord by fix NTR's photo in their houses. NTR follows Indian traditional culture and habits of Sanatana Dharma. He wakes up at 4 am daily and getting ready till 5 am. Finish praising the Lord by 6 am and finish breakfast by 7 to 8 am. Then immediately starts to work. 12 to 12:30 pm is the lunch time and 7:30 to 8:30 pm is the dinner time. Followers who moved to visit the Lord Venkateswara temple came to meet him in buses by morning. Because they believe NTR is the snap of Lord Venkateswara, followers came to NTR's to meet him in more than 10 buses daily. Before he starts to shoot, meets his followers in the morning daily to make them happy. He never missed them by any chance. It is his routine life. Very prompt, perfect and punctual in timings. As a politician, he never hurts if the officer is sincere. That's why Rama Rao stands as a legendary figure in the Telugu and Indian world. NTR won't conduct overnight meetings in any case. NTR died of a heart attack on the 18th of January 1996 at his residence in Hyderabad, in the age of 72. N.T. Rama Rao's memorial located at NTR Gardens, Hyderabad. The NTR National Award is a national award in honor of NTR. It was instituted in 1996 by the government of Andhra Pradesh to recognize notable film personalities for their lifetime achievements and contributions to the Indian film industry. The NTR National Literary Award was instituted by the NTR Vignan Trust as an annual award to recognize people for their lifetime achievements and contributions to Indian literature. Dr. NTR University of Health Sciences was established as University of Health Sciences by the government of Andhra Pradesh and was inaugurated by N.T. Rama Rao, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, in the city of Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, India. It started functioning on the 1st of November 1986. After the death of Rama Rao, it was decided to rename the university after him, and this was carried out on the 2nd of February 1998. The university celebrated its silver jubilee from the 1st to the 3rd of November 2011. His life and acting career and later life and political career are showcased in the movies NTR Kathanikudu and NTR Mahanayakadu, respectively, with Nandamari Balakrishna playing the title character.